Okay, today let's talk about storage solutions for your tiny house or your big house. I am currently living in a big house and I'm downsizing to go tiny house so I can live off the utility grid and have more freedom. Now, what I want to show you throughout my home today that I'm currently still in is the modifications I've made on the closets, making them hold even more stuff. And I've learned a lot from living in this big house and how I can utilize the cubic footage better. A lot of people, when they're lacking storage, they think they need more square footage, they need to sprawl out, but really they're not taking advantage of the vertical cubic space going up, okay, because the sky's the limit. So I'm going to take you on a tour of my big house and what I've done inside all of the closets, because I've modified every single closet in this house. I have a burning desire to build things and design, so this helps feed that need I have as well. And I find the house is way more efficient now, and when I sell it, the new owners are going to love what I've done. Okay, so let's take a look inside my art studio office, okay? Let me flip the camera around. Here's what we have going here, okay? Complete with a little puppy. I'm also going to show you some furniture that is very helpful, okay? Like, some people say in a little house you can't have big furniture, but you can. In fact, well, this could turn into another video, but just let me show you what you can do with a piece of furniture, okay? First off, this piece here that I've refinished and added some antique hardware to. I like at the top I can display some of my photography and art I've created, as well as it's an office. So when we open this up inside, let's take a look. I have my filing in here, all kinds of stuff. I really love things you can stack with drawers and all these tiny little things you would need to organize. But this armoire holds an awful lot. Okay, let's close her up. This copper drafting table I built, I have this mahogany chest under it which stores linen, some pillows. I've also used it as a coffee table in the past. So I really love furniture that has dual purpose as well as storage. Okay, the closet here. This was a regular bedroom. It's the smallest room in my house. Okay, and this closet, I took the hanging rod out. I took the doors off and added these curtains. And let me show you what we have here. Floor-to-ceiling storage, totally organized. And I love the idea of these clear bins. I can see everything in it, from some of my beads for crafting and making jewelry. Let's see, business cards, paper, ribbons. I have everything right there, accessible, and I can see what's inside. So I love that I don't have these solid boxes that I have to label or open up and see what's inside. So this system is fantastic. I love it. I also saved the original hanging rod so the next people that buy the home can put that back in and take out the shelves I've added if they would like to, you know, use it as a hanging clothes closet. Also notice I did put some molding on the front of the shelves I made, and this could be like an entertainment center as well that's sunken into the wall. Okay, let's take a look here in what I call the dark room. It's my smoker's lounge. Cannabis only, tobacco not allowed. Here's a little table I made actually That's excellent for small spaces because of the rounds, and you don't bump yourself on corners. I've added and made these shelves here, and shelves are your friend, and otherwise this is just lost space up in the air. Let's see, I'm storing in these baskets some of my rope for bondage. We have more photography to display. My first photograph of a dead bird, one of my skulls. I collect bones, fossils, rocks. Beautiful photograph from Coral Castle. And this is what we have here. And as you can see, I'm a huge fan of armoires. I mean, the storage is fantastic inside. I also have this very large one over here. Oh, hi! You got your little squeaky toy there. That's our stuffed flea, one of her favorite toys. Here's her crate, which I really never put her in, but what I love about this is you can use the top like a table or a work surface. I've also folded laundry on it. I love the idea that it looks like a beautiful piece of furniture, shaker style. Shelves are your friends. And here is the first cabinet I've ever made, and it stores some of my bottles for my holistic medicine I make and perfumes I craft. This decoupage design of a sinking ship and this woman looking out to sea helplessly. Now, okay, the reason I'm showing you this wall, okay, this closet door used to be wider. I lengthened and widened this wall, so now it's a usable space you can put stuff on. People are afraid to put walls in their tiny house as if it's going to hog up room, but it can actually create some space. It also hides the air conditioner unit that's inside this closet. You can see I've done another curtain hanging system, and I've modified the inside of this closet with shelves that go all the way up to the ceiling, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see, it's kind of dark in here, but I've rounded the shelves over to the side, so there's also the storage wraps around. And then what I've done in the bottom, again, I hope this shows up, I built this ledge which you can stack shoes on, and this actually hides the pipes for the air conditioner where it drips outside. And I made a door that flips up under it so you can access that. Okay, so let's navigate to other parts of the house and take a look at what I've done in the closets there. One thing I do want to mention is window sills. A lot of people don't really take advantage of them, using them as a space to display things. And one thing I like about my area, it's very common to use marble window sills because we're in the subtropics of South Florida and it rains a lot here. Oh, more storage behind the door. Add hanging hooks behind your door. This is otherwise lost space, okay? And just to go back into the studio real fast, you can see I've done it here as well. And by the way, your little things on the wall to protect it from the doorknob don't have to be boring little plastic things I've seen people like glue on, or this is just a piece of like a rosette for wood molding, like on a door. Let's take a look in the bathroom. I actually inset this mosaic into the floor. It's one of my pride and joys of this bathroom, as well as the cabinets and vanity I made. And this is out of oak. And you can see with the openness under it, it creates a sense of more space. And you could actually put a basket under here with your towels rolled up in them, or a hamper for clothes or something like that. Now, the cabinets. You will see this cabinet I made, does not look very deep, like a couple of inches, but what I did, I sunk them into the wall, taking advantage of the space in between the studs. And so there is a lot more space in here than you would think. And then I have this one over here, and my shelves are adjustable. Okay, and then the bigger cabinet. So I did this arched top so you can display some things that are important or beautiful to you or you want accessible. Open it up and you can put your toiletries. And down here, okay, I designed this in a way that you can attach a chain to this or some sort of little arm to hold this up where it works just like a counter space. If you needed to do whatever. It could be for makeup for ladies or the man's shaving kit or whatever you would like. Also, I like to use the back of the toilet to display and back to using the windowsills again. A little bonus here is a faux fish fossil I etched into the wall. Now, I added this sunken nook here, and you could add shelves in it if you like. Again, this is taking advantage of what would be otherwise dead space that's inside the wall, and I use it to display some of nature's little treasures I found. And behind the door, we have the hanging hook and a little shelf to protect the door from the knob. Okay. I also have done the plumbing in this room, and I really like this old-fashioned looking faucet. This is really pretty. I love this because look, you can do it with your arm, like if your hands are dirty or something, and you can adjust the temperature going either way. So that's really a nice faucet style, I think. Okay, into the master suite, or should I say the mistress suite. Okay, first off, let's take a look around the room and see what we have here. Okay. Okay, these shelves I added, and it stores some of my head scarves and various things. You could do socks, underwear, brassieres, t-shirts, whatever you want. And I like that they're accessible, but yet everything's tidy and organized. Okay, and I have like my essential oils and some of the perfumes I craft, and again, a way you can display photography, art, whatever you like. I happen to collect knives. This is one of my latest editions. It's made from a railroad spike. I love roadside treasures as well, and what we have here is off of an old like porch or something, and I've had like jewelry hanging off of this, much like in the way I've taken advantage of these little hanging hooks on this shelf bracket. On this one up here, I've actually have some, a deer antler I put together with some beads and leather. Also behind the door here, we've done the same thing with the hanging hooks, and otherwise it would be dead space. I've had little earrings hanging on here. They're French hook kind. I've also had my floggers, whips, paddles, tools of discipline. Here's one of my mosaics I designed. Okay, closet space. Okay, this is the biggest closet in the world. I built this closet. This room did not have a closet. And I decided to not put the door far over against the wall like people were suggesting, because in moving it over a bit, I've created a corner which is now usable space. And I keep my bedside dagger here and some little treasures, and I can display this photograph I really like that a writer I know gave me. It's some of his own photography. Into the closet with these adorable little leaf handles. Biggest closet in the world. Okay, this closet, let's take a look back. Okay, what we got going here, I gotta go way back. Now, you can see what I've done, and we have shelves on the top as well, so you can put your shoes or whatever. And also hiding behind these pants hanging here is a shoe rack made of fabric. Okay, and that goes up quite high. And then in the very back of the closet, and I'm not sure this is going to show up, I've done shelves floor to ceiling, and that houses my boots. Okay, and over here on this end I have done the same thing. Now, see this basket here? This has a ton of leggings in it rolled up, and you can get a ton of clothes into a space by folding them. You don't have to hang everything. And something else I've done is, ladies, listen, don't believe this stuff that you have to have one linear foot of hanging space in your closet. See how I have put a whole bunch of little strappy t-shirts on here, tank tops? Okay, so you can put more than one thing on a hanger, and I've done that on a lot of these. Also notice I've done the decorative cute little balls on the end. Your closet does not have to be boring, people. Now let's go out into the hall closet. Speaking of not needing boring closets, I actually tiled on top of the shelves and put molding on the front for a designer closet. And why have it be bland, you know? Okay, here is an antique furniture, well, armoire that I modified. This is the original shelf, but I added the others in it, and I store my mason jars and things for food preservation and that sort of thing. There's my test tubes. I'm a bit of a modern-day alchemist and mad scientist. But this is a really nice piece of furniture that holds a lot and has a very small footprint. Here's one of my roadside treasures, a brass candle holder. Some of my railroad spikes. Okay, into the kitchen. Okay. I added the sunken nooks into the wall, and I keep my mortar and pestle here. You could also use it to display something you want to show off. And over here I added this marble shelf I cut down, and you can put your spices there, and again, any kind of art or whatever you'd like to display. Right here on top of my stove, I just bought this, and I'm considering using this for my off-grid cooking, but I want to see how well it works. And because I'm a cook, I really cook food from scratch. I'm not like one of these microwave people. I don't even own a microwave. I wouldn't have one as a gift. Okay, now, this room. I actually built this closet with the sunken shelf, the little arched valance. I did the arched valance here too and above my refrigerator. I designed and remodeled my whole house. This is like a butler's pantry or a bar area, and I put the pass-through window in, and This totally transformed the place and added architectural interest. But what I've done here is, I love the curtains, and you can see how much room there is to store things. And there is this, like, awkward thing protruding out here, and this is actually a sunken shelf you can access from the other side, and I have stuff on display over there right now. But this system, I love it a lot, and you can see I've just tiled the top and was consistent with doing the marble seal. Okay, to the closets. Let's take a look inside. Okay, here's what I came up with. And I took advantage of the corner space, and the wood here you're seeing is cedar I sealed with actually coconut oil, and that worked fine. It's been like that for 15 years now. It used to be like shelves I made for something else, and I disassembled it and gave it new life in this closet. I also added this little shelf back here. I basically have more storage in here than I'm using. And also, instead of 2x4s, I use 1x3s. And instead of half-inch sheetrock, I use quarter-inch Durarock. And this is a very, very solid wall that does not hog up as much room as it would otherwise. So you can see my sunken shelf here isn't really that deep, but it's deep enough to use it for what I want. Okay, here's a great shelf for storing things. I like to leave my produce out and have it like on display like art. You really don't need to refrigerate a lot of things like people say. People are like overly concerned with that sort of thing. But of course we live in a country of fear-based people. Okay. The living room is currently being used like a garage, okay? Now, this is a great piece of furniture with a low footprint stacking and great for organizing things. This actually holds all of my compact CD discs quite well. I'm refinishing this furniture right now. It was a unstained oak bookcase that I'm finishing. It's got this metallic paint on the back. But this is fantastic for storage. I mean, 7 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it holds a ton of stuff, as this armoire. Right now, this armoire is actually, well, let's take a look, holding my tools. And back to that clear storage bin solution where you can stack everything and see everything inside. I love that. So I'm working on finishing this woman cave out here, which normally houses all this stuff, so that's why it's in my living room. And I'm finishing this room, preparing my house to sell so I can go off the utility grid. And so I have a bunch of stuff piled up in here that normally wouldn't be, and you can't really see my sunken shelf so well or appreciate the mosaics on the backsplash of it. But inside I have different treasures from the earth, like shells and some glass floating balls used to keep nets afloat from back in the day. They don't really use them anymore. Okay, I built these 2 closets. Again, you can see I have a thing for arched balances. One's going to house the washer dryer, the other is going to house it's going to be the yard stuff, but I'm moving, so the next people, they could use this as a master bedroom. And this was once an outdoor carport that was enclosed. That was a window that got the bottom opened up into a door. And then also what was a window is now a sunken shelf. You could use it to display, put plants, shelves, whatever. Okay, so those are some of my storage ideas that people do not take advantage of the vertical cubic space, and they feel they need to sprawl out and need more square footage, and that's just not true. So this is what I've done, and I can take these techniques and apply them to my tiny house. Another thing I want to show you, like in the kitchen, Okay, the toe plates that go under the cabinet, or the toe kicks, are often just dead lost space, but those could become like pull-out drawers or something, taking advantage of all that space under the cabinets. And you could do that for your bathroom vanity as well, or any cabinet for that matter, and it'd be great for small or flat stuff in the kitchen. It could be cookie sheets, it could be cups, it could be towels, I mean, pretty much whatever you want. Here's a cute little round table I made from an antique gumball stand, and I added the top after I stained and finished it. Here's my latest book I just got yesterday, The Chicken Whisperer's Guide to Keeping Chickens. I'm going to have chickens making eggs, and that'll be great, because you know how much eggs cost, and I like organic, free range and all that, and it's getting ridiculously expensive now, and you can buy a chicken, like a little baby chick, for $1 or something, okay? One thing about chickens is a lot of times you can't have roosters in the city because they crow, but you can squeeze a hen in, you know. But I hear even they make noises, like birthing noises, when they're like laying the egg, like, you know, so, but they're not like, at the crack of dawn. When I lived in Dallas, though, I heard roosters down there. They have a strong Mexican population, and so I kind of found it charming, and I never lived in a city before with chickens. And when I was down in Key West, they have chickens roaming around like dogs. They're like they're more common than dogs on the street. You don't see dogs running around everywhere like you do the chickens. But that's another video. Back to storage. If you have storage solutions, please write in and show us some of your ideas. Another thing, like regarding furniture that has a dual purpose, like this end table here is also a chest, and the top opens up and you can place things in it. And again, I really like these lingerie style dressers because they're great for organizing tons of tiny things, but yet this doesn't even take up 1 square foot. Okay, so this is really like a nice piece. Okay, that is it, and I will say goodbye, and thank you for tuning in. And please, like I said, write in or make videos showing us any creative solutions you have for storage, because a lot of people do run into this, and then they just end up with clutter everywhere. But really, a lot of stuff people could get rid of, and start there first, okay? Start purging, get the urge to purge, be left with the creme de la creme, and then house your things. What's left over. P.S. I forgot to show you something that's important. Okay, my mistress suite. The window here. I actually built this mantle, and let's get out of the drop of the backlight here. So it's not really showing up so well. Okay, yes, here we go. This is a very simple thing you can build, and this mantle effect comes out adding twice as much space as there was before. And I've done all kinds of little tasks here, so it's great like to use as a counter or a work surface, as well as display any things you like. Okay, and that's a very, very inexpensive thing, and otherwise, again, it's just lost space. And if you go under this, it's hidden storage space. So I don't have anything in there right now, but you could come up with something. Okay, thanks again for tuning in, and happy storing.